What is it? Cheers! Huzzah! Ooh, God. I, it could just be my fault because I've had screwdrivers with some pretty shitty vodka. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. What's your question? I'd go with the eyesight. Because all you have to do is just put up a whole lot of, like, bushes or obstructions. But if you have a settlement, people are gonna fucking hear that. That's why I think zombies that are deaf are a lot easier to deal with than ones that can see perfectly. Or hear perfectly. What would you choose? Yeah, it's like that movie, The Quiet Place. Stuff that can hear you better than seeing you is a lot more terrifying. At least when it comes to actual real world chaos. I did hear a great insult the other day. Yeah. You're as unappetizing as a limp waffle. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was definitely interesting. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't want to eat a limp waffle. I'm eating a waffle for the crunch, not for limpness. If I want limp, I'll do a pancake. Is it... Ow. I don't know if I can get past the texture. Fuck you, get the hell out of here. Goulash is the best struggle meal ever. No, it is not. Some of the best... It does... Yeah, it doesn't have to be... Goulash does not have to be noodle, meat, and sauce. It doesn't have to be. Those are the bases. Goulash gets better the more ingredients you can put into it. It's not. I'll accept that. It is good slop. Any food can be slop. There you go. You got me. I know. You can do it with 3, it just sucks with 3. I said you can do repo with 3, it just sucks with 3. Dude, some of the best goulash I have ever had like corn and some like onion chops in it. Goulash is great. Goulash on toast is really good too. Yeah. Doesn't matter the butter either. Apple butter, regular butter. Peanut butter can be questionable. A what? What do you mean a concept? It's not a concept, it's food. Good food. Yes. I'm not answering that. No, because the only agreed upon set recipe for goulash is noodle meat sauce. Which is most of Italy's food. What do you mean a breakthrough? It's the best food. I know a lot of recipes that uses meat noodles and sauce. But I need backup here on this one. I need backup here on this one. He's making fun of the best food ever. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm so disappointed. Dude, I'm gonna make you some, and it is going to be the best you've ever had. It'll be the only you've ever had, so it'd be great. The standards are so low already. No, it's not gonna be poor. Dude, I make some damn good food. The only problem is on why I don't make food a whole lot for myself is because I make enough to feed an army. You're talking to the man where it was just me and my brother, and we got hungry, so I was like, I'll make some spaghetti. I then proceeded to make a 10-pound pot of spaghetti. We ate on that shit for a week. I made a lot of spaghetti. I'm still trying to figure out the best sauce, like cheese sauce. Ooh, I am working on a barbecue sauce right now. When I get it done, I'd be more than willing to share some with you. I'm severely sure that you are fucking with us on this one. You're objectively you're a bitch. To the point, I know you're wrong, so you just a bitch. That reminds me of my ex, where we got into a fucking argument about the world. No, she was dead set and serious that the world, if you're wanting to travel to, like, Japan, you'd have to go across Europe and Asia to get to Japan, because if you went the other way, you would hit the border of the map. Yeah. When she told me that, I was like, oh, that's funny. But, you know, you can't be serious, you know, you're gonna pass the edge of the map and go there. She's like, no, the furthest you can go is to Hawaii, because that's the furthest land on the left side of the map. I'm like, are you saying the Earth is flat? She's like, no, you look at the map, you can only go to the left side. You can't go further. So if you want to go to Japan, you gotta go the right way. And I'm like, what's the right way? She's like, to the right, over all the land. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm dating an idiot. Honestly, I thought she was doing a bit for the longest time, and I started to laugh because I thought it was just a joke. No, apparently not. Apparently I hurt her feelings, and I was like, I am so sorry, but you are wrong. After the date and everything, I was like, you know, we're sitting there, and I'm talking with her mom and her stepdad, and I was like, do you know she doesn't know geography? And they were like, oh, you brought up the whole map thing, didn't you? I was like, this is a thing? And you guys never corrected. And she's like, we tried. It's like, I feel sorry for you. I'll give her this. At least she agreed that the Earth wasn't flat. No, that is not excused. But the fact that she's like, yeah, the Earth's not flat. You just can't go that way on the map. And I'm like, oh, I don't understand it. Okay, Negan, calm down. Walking Dead reference. Yeah. Well, a lot of people knew how the show was going to go because the original creators made a comic. Yeah. So it wasn't really shaking anything up. And then Negan came in, who, yes, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're right, yeah. You're right. But for context, like, a few of the people made it to Negan that didn't make it to him in the comics. And a lot of the people that were following it as, like, really in-depth was like, oh, see? Like, they're doing this. And then Negan came out and fucking started dropping bodies. And then everybody's like, ooh, that didn't happen in the comic. Yeah, some people were like, what comic? Like, yeah. He wasn't the one that was supposed to get killed off, either. I do have an idea for a TV show that's kind of like that, but a lot less. Kind of like The Walking Dead, but a lot less predictable. Kinda. More of a survival show than anything. Oh, I know. I just think we need actually more shows with story to it. I'm kind of tired of episodic. And I think a lot of people are too. And the how streaming services have just been fucking torpedoing the concept of overarching story is very upsetting to me. What did they admit to now? Oh, oh, now they're actually admitting to that? And they wonder why Netflix is deemed slop content. Yeah. Like, I do a lot of audiobooks. You're indeed. See, for me, I do a lot more audiobooks. Like, yeah, I might not be like strongly paying attention, but I'm also paying attention. It's just how my brain works. Like, how it was explained to me is like you're like for people that have ADHD, you have to be doing something in order to retain it. If you're super focused on it, you're not going to get a lot of it. What do you mean? Which is true. See, I can't focus. If I'm like super focused on something, like if I will do it my damnedest. Like if you're trying to explain something to me that's very important, I will sit there and stare at you. But a lot of times it's just hard for me to retain it. The minute that I'm doing other things, like right now, I'm talking with you guys, I'm live streaming, I'm listening to music, I'm watching stuff on my phone. If I didn't have all that extra shit, I would not understand half the stuff you're talking about. I don't know why. It's just something I do. I just need external stimulation, I guess. Yeah. And I know too. It's not for every. I know, yeah, nobody's cookie cutter copy paste. It's a spectrum of a lot of other stuff. I just know a lot of coping mechanisms, and stuff like that helps me. I hate content inspection. Oh, part of the Pulsar Simulator game is you have to do an inspection where you cut open the mail, like stuff that are flagged, and it's a pain. To me, it's a pain in the ass. You know, I've been thinking, I really need to buy me a little workshop. Well, I just have a lot of ideas that I want to do. Like, I was thinking about making a little rock crawler out here on the farm. Something that I could use to pull some dead trees and stuff. And I was thinking about using a lawnmower frame to do it. Because it doesn't have to be really fast. I just need it to have a good bit of torque. Oh, dude, a lot of people are pissed. Yeah. Like, I was talking with someone earlier today, and they really enjoy it, all the lore and stuff. And they were like, "Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are upset with it." And I'm like, "Look, I played it. I like the game and the lore, but it is not a horror game anymore, and that's what I don't like about it." And Chapter 5 dropped the ball hard. And they were like, I don't know. I don't believe that." I was like, "The story is solid." I'm like, "Everything else ain't." Like, one of the biggest gripes I had about it was with Lily Love Braids. There is nothing in the entirety of the setup for Chapter 5 to indicate anything about her. Everything is the inside animals. And then, like, all of a sudden you get Lily Love Braids, and you're like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, there is nothing to set her up at all. And like I mentioned that, and they were like, "Oh no, you have to read and watch all the tapes." I'm like, "That's cool if you find them, but if you don't, you have no context to who this character even is." Like, Asmodai told me, he was like, "Look, you're not gonna like Chapter 5," and I was like, "I don't know." And I played Chapter 5. Yeah, I don't like Chapter 5. And I'll give him that. Asmodai warned me. He said straight up, he's like, "You're not gonna like it." Well, when he recommended to try Proppy Playtime, like, he said try the demo, and I did, and I liked the demo, and I started going, and then he's like, yeah, I shouldn't have bought all of it, but I did. That was my fault, and I admitted it. I just got hooked into the story, and I loved it. And it's like reading your favorite book, and then you get to the end, and you're just like, who the fuck wrote this? Exactly. Someone owes me an explanation on this bullshit. And for me, where I lost interest in the gameplay was Chapter 4. I can argue earlier into Chapter 3, but I think even though Chapter 3 was rocky at the end, I still think it, like, for horror-wise, I still think it was decent. Because I got a good couple scares out of it, but the Chapter 4 was not scary at all. Even people in my comment section in my chat was just like, why aren't you screaming? I'm like, it's not scary. Like, the other chapters were scary. This ain't that scary. Like, I see all the scares coming. Yeah, that one is Walking Simulator. Well, like, well, yeah, but one of my biggest pet peeves with it too is in all the other chapters, they've kind of like lit up, you know, your hints and stuff, and how they show you where to go and stuff. They show you how to, like, what you're supposed to do. In the entirety of the dollhouse, it is not there. I had people in my chat screaming, look at the note, look at the note. I'm like, I don't have the note. If I had the note, I would read it. Like, I understand that, like, and it frustrated me with the piano, because I had to brute force the fuck out of that one. And I was like, I just don't have the notes or the keys to play. And they're like, yes, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. And then, like, I watched, and then eventually I did find a note that had the keys. But then I also go back and watch other people's playthrough afterwards, because I didn't want it spoiled. and I'm watching it, and they find this note that I was supposed to get in a different room behind a different lock, and I'm like, how the fuck was I even supposed to find that? I didn't even find where it was hidden. I'm like, I found the other note that was on the fucking, like, dresser after the fact. Like, it was on a shelf in a different room. How the fuck was I supposed to know the other note was in a thing that I was supposed to find? Like, nothing even prompted it that that was supposed to be where a note was hidden either. It was just some random fucking thing. Huh? Yeah, that was basically what I got, was, you need to be better at the game. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I gotta be better? I'm looking at everything, and I can't find half the shit. Because Chapter 5 didn't do any of the things that the other chapters did. Where it would have, like, the lights on it, or highlighted yellow, or anything like that. It was just, why didn't you explore it? I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to explore it? Like, there's nothing to indicate where I'm supposed to go here. And then, too, the thing that I hated the most was the fucking, like, the little red light, green light at the end of that chapter. Like, I like the concept. Follow the path, stay on the path, stop. They rehashed the Bubba Caterpillar red light, green light. That's what they rehashed, which I didn't mind. It's a good concept. I like it in horror games. But yes, that is scary. But what kept fucking me was the pathing. They overlapped the paths so close together that she kept screaming I was cheating, even though I never got off the path. Like, they just, when they made it, they put the paths too close together. I think that has to be one of my biggest gripes with Chapter 5, is the poor design that they did for the pathing. Because you don't need those paths to be right next to each other. I understand, you want that person to go up the stairs. Cool. Instead of having the one path go right next to the fucking stairs, just have it go the other side of the dining room. And then loop it back around. But no, they put both paths right next to the stairs. I think a lot of the problem, too, I had with the game is just the hitboxes were just so large. Because I'll give Chapter 3 this one. In Chapter 3, when I'm running away from the teacher, right? I would be trying to get around her, which I could do. There is enough room and space where I could do that. But her hitbox was just so ridiculously large. In a hallway, I'd be walking on the other side, hugging the wall, and she'd still turn around and kill me. I have no issues with the lore in the story. I find it great. All of it I have are gripes or mechanics. They fixed that. Yeah, they put a door there. Yeah, so how they fixed that was they put a door there because her pathing will allow her to break the door down. Yeah. Because in one of my things that you might be able to even find it in one of the playthroughs, was I pulled the battery out and the gate slammed right in her face, and I was like, ha ha, I did it. And then as soon as the gate shut, she went straight for the door and kicked it open. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I thought I did a Brigbane move. Apparently I didn't. Yeah, and I called that shit immediately. As soon as I saw, like, her in that room, I was like, oh no, is this a Weeping Angel situation? Oh no, I didn't find shit. A lot of those notes I could not find. Yeah. Which, you know, it makes sense. There you go, if you can find the note. And I understand, they want you to explore a little bit of the game. I get it. But there are just some things you will not spot because they put it in a stupid area. Like, I was watching Mark play it, and it was in chapter 1. Yeah, in chapter 1, where he was going across the catwalk. And he just so happened to look down and see that there was a tape there. And I was like, I never would have spotted that. How would I have spotted it? Because it's a white tape on a white background. Like, I get it. They're wanting some of their stuff to be a little bit harder. It's part of the game. I get that. But you gotta have a little bit more, you know, common sense. I think just the biggest gripes I have is just mechanic-wise. And then apparently I was able to, and it got pointed out to me by one of my watchers, Jelly, that I completely broke a puzzle. Didn't know I broke it, but somehow I broke the puzzle. Because, like, it was, I believe, in Chapter 3. Because I spent a lot of time in Chapter 3. And the puzzle was, you're outside of play care, and you're trying to, like, turn on these two power poles to raise a platform or lower a platform. Well, apparently, if you spam the button fast enough, it will actually, like, offset the elevator and stop it. And I broke the elevator, so I have it pulled up, and then I forced it all the way to the bottom. Broke that. And then I jumped across, somehow whacking myself off the side of play care, landing on the platform by the skin of my teeth, which it wasn't supposed to do that. And then all I did was fall onto the ground, run back across, stretching my arm further than it was supposed to go, climbing all the way to the top, and then just barely running out of, like, arm rope right at the button and opened it. And everybody in my chat was like, "You're not supposed to do it that way." And I'm like, "But it worked!" They were like, "You broke the elevator and your arms. How did you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but it worked." That's basically what I said. I choose to break it. Because there was nothing there to explain how I was supposed to solve that puzzle. And I couldn't bring the elevator back down. Because when the elevator was all the way up, I couldn't get it to, like, connect to the hand grab hold that you were supposed to grab onto. And I just finally fed up and broke the elevator. Because it pissed me off enough. And I did too. I just sat there and spam clicked it until it broke. I mean, I hate that I had to do that, but I mean, it worked. Yeah. Oh no, it's completely iffy. Sometimes it just don't work. Like, if you go back through and watch it, and I think it's in chapter 2, one of the puzzles, just, it refused to let me grab onto the thing I was supposed to grab onto. So for 5 minutes, I just sat there spam clicking it until it finally let me get it. Like, it just would not grab. And I'm, like, point blank hitting it with the hand. Because, like, I did everything in the puzzle right. I did every single step perfectly. It just wouldn't let me grab onto the thing it told me to grab onto. So I just couldn't progress forward. The grab pack is a great idea. I think part of it was just poorly executed with the hitboxes. Oh, in chapter 5? I don't mind the grab pack. I just think part... Why do you mind the grab pack? What do you mean you gotta deal with it the entire game? Oh, you just don't like the mechanic of grabbing things? Yeah. It makes no sense in universe-wise why you have to carry a grab pack to open a door. I mean, the idea of it isn't bad. Just, yeah, in universe, why the fuck does every employee have to have a grab pack? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just didn't have a hitbox and it would go through it. Who, me or Asmodee? Yeah. No, you can just just shoot them and it will go to the slot. But sometimes the grab pack wouldn't work and the battery wouldn't grab with it. Like if you go back to one of my episodes in chapter 3, I had to shut my game off midstream because it wouldn't let me grab the batteries. Like, and it was one of my strongest runs too. Like I could have ended that part then and there. I just couldn't because every time I went for a battery, it wouldn't let me pick up the battery. Yep. I have no problem with the lore. Yep. And I stressed that when I was playing the game and people were talking about it in my chat. I have no problem with the lore. I think the lore and everything is great, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. I would love to read the entirety as a book. I think it could have been a book or an interactive novel, which I believe is more or less what they're going for now. I was like, as a horror game, it's shit. As mechanics-wise, after Chapter 3, it's shit. But story-wise, it's great. Play the game. That is the only thing I need to say. Play the game. Yep. The I am far from a normie. Yeah. At least advertise it for what it is. A lot of Kojima stuff here lately is interactive novel. And I will die on that hill. Like Death Stranding. It's a shit horror game. But I believe it's a decent interactive novel. I know, but it's tagged as one. I'm well aware of that. That's why I'm saying it, because a lot of those fanboys are like, it's a horror game. It's supposed to be this. No, it's not. It is not supposed to be that. You, as a community, are shit because you don't understand your own product. I mean, am I wrong? Yes. But you're also doing it as a pirate. Yes. Yes. And it's also an open world map. It is open as an MMO. So you can just have people randomly roll up and take your shit and you gotta do the whole thing over again. The community just makes it terrible. Yeah. Yeah. I hate it when the games punish you for that. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of those mechanics. I understand and get it. But that's not part of the game, especially when it punishes you. I Yep. I've always said for games that do that kind of thing, it shouldn't punish you. It should just have different endings. I mean, I can get that. It doesn't have to be a true ending. It gives you options. That's like I like the games too that have like the skill tree, but it awards you automatically based off your game style. So like if you're playing super sneaky, of course your perks in your sneak tree is going to be pretty damn high because you're sneaking around, you're doing stuff that part of the tree is going to go with. It it actually gives you mechanics to fit your gameplay, which I think Metal Gear would do good for that. But they don't, because Kojima just wants to punish you if you don't play it his way. Yep. Don't get me wrong, Kojima, when he started, made decent games. But because of all the fanboys, it just solidified in, him and the developers' heads of, if it's not done to his liking, people ain't gonna play it. At least that's how I see it. I'm pretty tired with GTA at this point. Yep. Don't get me wrong, I have been wanting to play GTA 6 for a long time. But I mean, I get it. But I loved GTA games. But this whole thing with 6 has put me off from it. I don't want to play GTA 6 anymore because it's just become a mythical thing. And they're like, it's gonna be $120 on release, which they've already confirmed. It will be that. And yeah. Yep. Yup. Yeah. Which is... Yeah. I mean, when Yeah. Yeah. Which, yeah. Because they went back to a different setting on it. They went back to, look at how realistic it is, instead of look at the mechanics. And yeah. I mean, you're right. That was like one of the biggest things they did for fucking 5, was they were like, it's not as photorealistic as it was in 4, but we added these new things, which was the heist mode, where you could actually run in and steal stuff from stores. Yeah, because now you have a lot of money. You don't need to steal stuff anymore. Yeah. Which is why in GTA 6 they said they're taking away the flying. Because they don't want people to play in online mode and just quit playing the game. Because they're just getting bullied by a guy in a fucking flying car. Or a flying motorbike. Yeah. Yep. And once one person is flying around, and that's all what the fucking like little short clips are now, is because 6 is coming back. People are it's announced for this year. People are trying to, play 5 and just do some nostalgia shit. And people are just flying around on those fucking bikes, shooting people and killing them. And there's now groups going around trying to kill all those people because people are like, why are you doing this? We're wanting GTA 6. If you keep doing this, nobody wants to play 6. Because you're just going to do the same bullshit you're going to be doing in 5. Like, 5 had a lot of good mechanics that I think could have been good, but they never addressed it. And they just put all their money into online, and nobody likes online because people in online just fucking kill you right off the bat. And like you said, they'll kill you, steal your shit, and you're gone. What's the point in playing it anymore? They try to make up for the fact later, like they added the safe houses and the safe garages, where your shit won't get stolen. But now you can't take any of your cars out, because you take any of your cars out and they get destroyed. Like, you lost your car. It's not safe. So what, you just have a trophy room you spend all your money on? The fuck do you do? You can't play the game. And you can't opt out of it either. You can't switch to a pacifist mode. Yeah, people just load in. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And then a lot of your shit's just not even there. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm okay with that mechanic. I like it. I understand it. You're a pirate. You're gonna get attacked. But at the same time, like, you should at least have something to better make it equal. Because a lot of the times, it's just straight up fucking, like, PC players with aimbot and all these fucking mods just wrecking your shit. Like, I played with some of my friends on another server, and they play on console. So I'm playing Sea of Thieves on PC, they're on console, and we're trying to, like, fend ourselves off from these bastards that are playing on PC. And they're just one-shotting everybody with snipers from, like, super far away. Like, you can't even get a shot off with a cannon. They're just pointing at you with a rifle and hitting every shot. Why? Like, if you're wanting to be a pirate, be a pirate. Come up and shoot your fucking cannons. Don't sit there on another ship, like a mile away, outside of the range of the cannons, and just use a sniper. It's not fun at that point. You're just stealing shit. You're griefing. Yeah. And then, like Asmodai said, you report them. You're a pirate. They're doing pirate shit. Yeah, I refuse to buy the DLCs and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I loved the concept. I loved the game. But at a certain point with MMO games, you're going to have cheaters like that. And if you're not going to address the problem, people are just going to stop playing the game. Yeah, I like it for that. Yeah. Yeah. Which one? Ah, okay. I think one of the biggest problems with Sea of Thieves is when it first released, it was great for being a pirate and also all the aspects that you said, Asmodai. And then they just didn't move or add anything to the game to help it. People broke the anti-cheat. People just would sit on certain routes because they knew this is where this contract always spawns. It ruined the game. They never changed it. They never set the spawns. That people would just wait around until they saw the environment change, which told people that they got a contract. Which means they could just sit there and wait for people to roll up to kill them. Like, they didn't do anything later in it to be a pirate. When it first released, yeah, it felt like a pirate. And then the game went to shit, and they never tried to fix it or address it. You've never told me no, but I'm probably expecting it to be the same as my experience. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yep. They're just waiting for you. Yep. They were waiting for you. Again. They even repaired your ship for you. Yep. They didn't. They waited for you to come back. Yeah, that's one of the biggest gripes I have with that game is they're just not punishing the cheaters like that. Yeah. Yeah. They're just actively bullying you off of the game. Yeah, you don't have a game. Your whole market is casual players. No. Well, not even that. For all games, your only main source of income is going to be casual players. And if you're not, you're good. Yeah. There's just nothing there. Why? I mean, that's how you get them off real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were cheating. That's one of the biggest problems that Sea of Thieves has right now is just nothing but cheaters. Yeah, and you're not gonna find anybody because you're cheating. Congratulations. You literally fucked yourselves out of entertainment. That's like the whole problem that they had with like Call of Duty with DMZ. A lot of people love DMZ. I am one of those people. I preferred to play DMZ out of Call of Duty. I hate Warzone, but I like the DMZ aspect. Huh? Think of Warzone, but it's an extraction shooter. And like you got to keep your guns, you got to keep stuff. Like you could take stuff with you in and out of the game. Not everything, but you could take some stuff. I enjoy extraction. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Tarkov, but I enjoyed that extraction shooter. I enjoyed the DMZ. It just ended up being so many fucking cheaters because they just turned off the anti-cheat. They were just like, yeah, we're done with this game. We're not focusing on it. We understand it was a lot more popular than Warzone, but we want to focus on Warzone because that's where we're getting more money through microtransactions. So they turned off all the anti-cheats and they just left it. No more updates, no more nothing. They just left it to die. And immediately, nothing but cheaters got on there. You can't play a game without cheating. I know at least 4 people from my old group that ran cheats. And the only reason why is so they could ruin other people's day. Like, people would just hide in walls, people would just turn on God mode. They just refused to play the game normally. They're just like, if they're gonna let me do this, it's their fault. I actually ran into a guy when I was doing a random match who just turned on God mode, and he just flew around the map killing people. Yeah, I'm a miserable person, so I'm gonna... Yeah. Yeah. I'm not good enough at this game to win properly, and I'm miserable with my life, so I'm gonna make everybody else's day miserable. I actually did get paired with a guy who was a cheater, and I asked him, I was like, why do you cheat? He's just like, honestly, I hate everything about myself. He's like, I can't win normally, and I just hate being, you know, like me. And I was like, so what do you do? He's like, I just make everybody's life worse. He's like, I get joy in making other people miserable. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not playing with you ever again. And I blocked him, so the rest of the time I played that game, I just never got matched with him. And I mean, I felt bad that, you know, he's having such a bad time in life. Yeah. No, I'm not saying I feel bad, like, and he's doing this. I'm not excusing the fact he's doing it. I just feel bad on the fact that he is feeling this shitty that he wants to make other people feel shitty. Yeah, but you should never, just because you feel shitty, you should never try to bring other people to your level. I mean, either way, I don't think he should have been playing the game. Yeah. The world's shitty as it is. You should never make other people's feel bad. I isolate. I don't know about you. I just isolate. I don't really do anything. I just kind of veg out. Back to Hightail. They are coming to make you feel better, Deeg. it's a superpower. That too. All puppers deserve pets. Dude, mine always does that and jumps on me. I'm okay with him jumping. I'm okay with him jumping on me, but he always hits me in the balls. That's like Chester. Chester always goes straight for the nuts. Like, even when he's jumping to try to, like, you know, jump on you like dogs normally do when you get home, it's like, ooh, person. He will just go for the balls every time. Does not stop. It's balls every time. Like, I was laying down earlier watching him. And watching him play, I'm throwing the bone back and forth, and he's bringing it to me. He's got fetch down really well. But, like, he'll jump up on you, and he won't jump at your feet. He'll jump for your face or your balls every time. Okay, see you, Bubba. Oh, my hand. Son of a bitch. There we go. Oh, I laughed earlier. I had a guy follow me. The first thing I thought of was you. The character was, his name was Peanut Butter. And the only thing I could think of was just when we were playing Dead by Daylight and you were just going, peanut butter? It just kept reminding me of that because he like spam liked all my shit and I was like, that's funny, I love it. What are you playing? Ah. It's raining pretty good tonight. It's calming. Oh, it did? That's one thing I do like listening to is the sound of rain hitting like a hard, uh, metal. I had to try to explain to like my grandfather yesterday or the day before that I can sleep anywhere. I don't have insomnia because he was thinking I had insomnia and why I don't sleep most of the night. It's like, no, I can sleep just about anywhere if I'm tired. Like, I can sleep listening to heavy machinery, I can sleep in a car, I can sit and sleep in a folding chair, like, it don't matter. Concrete, tile, carpet, don't matter. And he's just like, then why don't you sleep at night? And I'm just like, it's just where my body naturally likes to be. That's why I enjoy night shifts so much, is I'm up. It's shitty that we don't have much of a nightlife out on the farm. That's why sometimes I'm kind of envious of, like, the big cities. I'm like, yeah, it'd be pretty nice, you know, walk downtown, there's a nightlife. But there's not much of a nightlife here. Not on the farm. Back in ye olde times, it didn't matter, because you needed to wake up in the middle of the night and tend the animals. You can't do that anymore.
If you wanna be a wonder, baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing I would take for granted. With me, we'll make it through. Takes two hearts to fix heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling. Ooh. Yeah, I wanna be a real wonder. Heaven lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow stronger now, so I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wish that I could be stronger, so I can be a real wonder. So I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wish that I could be stronger, so I can be a real come round now. Say around 5:30. Stay until the morning, then I carry on and live my hollow life. Did you really take my soul? Dreaming then you left a hole. Got me in the late night, bleeding out in plain sight, running with the heart you stole. You got your desires, always starting fires. Losing sleep, I'm in too deep, I'm hiding Michael Myers. Building an empire.
I'll be back, Bubba. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Standing tall, but you will fall, cause we all hear the choir. Beautiful lust, dragging me under the table. Hell in her eyes, she wants to put me in a hole. Beautiful liar, holding me, I'm a neighbor. Bleeding me dry, she wants to devour my soul. Fuck. Why you have to be like that? Trying to stab me in the back. Now I'm bleeding slowly. Pray to God I'm holy. Bury me still intact. Baby, don't make a noise. Murdering brings you joy. I've been waiting for you, ready to destroy you. Sipping on a cold LaCroix. You got your desires, always starting fires. Losing sleep, I'm in too deep. I'm hiding Michael Myers. Building an empire. You were rising higher. Standing tall, but you will fall, cause we all hear the choir. Beautiful lust, dragging me under the table. Hell in her eyes, she wants to put me in a hole. Beautiful liar, holding me, I'm a neighbor. Bleeding me dry, she wants to devour my soul. Fuck. this life will carry on. I'll stay until you leave me drowning. I've slayed a couple demons in my day. You don't know I can't be slayed, oh no. Beautiful lies, dragging me under the table. Hell in her eyes, she wants to put me in a hole. Beautiful liar, holding me, I'm a neighbor. Bleeding me dry, she wants to devour my soul.
Fuck.
When I'm blue, I think of you in your eyes, how they look at mine, so kinda like that. You slow down time and everything's just fine. I was ocean swimming with just wishful thinking of my life, the vision drifting by until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. How did life go wandering far until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. When I'm scared, I send a flare and you're here in a flash. When I ask, oh dear love, where did we come from? You say that life is strong. I had the will and mission, but the wrong position. I was open, praying for a sign until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. How did life go wandering far until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. You guided me out the dark.
Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. It's karma. Shh, it's okay to hurt your voice screaming in my face. I know so bored. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You, now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You'll see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, got in your bullshit with a plot twist. Don't waste my time, I don't do toxic. I see you looking at me like she's so sweet. She's so nice, I can do what I like, right? Did I make you cry? I forgot that you're right. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You, now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. It's karma. Snip, 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 snip. I'm so bored.
I'm back. I watched something hilarious earlier. I mean, it's kind of sad because people don't exactly understand insects a whole lot. But it was talking. It also depends on what type. Like, there are certain other meats. Like, I don't think you can really eat turkey anymore. I think chicken's fine. I think fish is fine. Like, there's just certain things that give you off the allergic reaction. Red meat is definitely off the table completely. Because I was also watching a allergist, like an allergy doctor, talk about it. And he listed off a lot of stuff you can and can't have. One of the things he joked about was like, he's like, you like meatloaf? Well, you can't eat it. Like, meatloaf is just a block of hamburger, basically, and some bread. Yup. I mean, I feel bad. That's one reason why, like, I take precautions and use bug spray and stuff like that. Well, I guess that went into the abyss. I actually worked with a guy that ended up getting Lyme disease once. That was interesting. Yeah. He comes to work, and we're all standing there, and, you know, we're talking about it, because at the time, you know, I was doing more camping and fishing stuff than I have been in recent years. And he's like, oh yeah, I love doing that stuff. He's like, I actually got a tick bite the other day. And we're like, oh yeah? He's like, yeah, I kind of think I got Lyme disease. And we're like, well, do you have a bullseye on you? And he lifts up his shirt and he's like, check my back. And he had his entire back looked like a bullseye, like a dartboard. Like it had a bullseye and everything. And we're like, you need to go to the hospital. He's like, they gave me medication. I was like, that should not look like that. He's like, you'll be fine. He's like, it was just a little tick. I burned it off. Like, okay, buddy. There's just a lot of shit. I just like information. I like facts. Do I need to know most of it? Probably not. But it makes the brain go burr. Mm. There we go. I did find out a fun fact the other day. Carrots aren't naturally orange. They're more like, they're more like a purple. Same thing like with potatoes. Also, the thing that we've been lied to all our lives about how you need to eat more carrots, they're good for your eyes, apparently started because of it was World War II propaganda. The British were like, yeah, the only reason why the night fighters are doing so well is because we feed them carrots. We need more gardens of carrots, and our civilians are growing carrots to help feed it to our pilots at night, because they were covering up the fact they have radar in their planes. I just love how the Nazis were like, we need to give more carrots! Everybody grow carrots! The British were like 100% trolls, and I love it. I know another fun fact. There's a doctor out there that has has more than 100% mortality rate. He has a 300% mortality rate, and the only reason why he has that claim is because, bear in mind, this is like from like the 17 or 1800s, and it is because he was operating on a woman, and she passed away. His assistant got nicked and got a staph infection and also passed away, and one of the observers ended up like dying of fright due to a heart attack during surgery. So he has a 300% mortality rate from all of that. Don't know how the hell he managed to do that, but he did it. I think the man is just very unlucky. A lot of them. Ah! Ladybug dive bombed me. Get off me, stupid. Got hit in the eye by a ladybug. You know, I'd like to see a raven or a crow. I'd like to see a raven or a crow. It's been a long time since I got to see any of them. Yeah. Like when I was growing up on the farm, like I used to see them all the time, every year when it turned fall. Now I haven't seen a crow in like probably a decade and a half. I haven't seen a crow, and I'm just like, where did they go? They're just cool. Come on, damn it. Hmm. I want the launcher. Okay, Bubba. Later. Have fun tonight. See you. Okay, see you, Bubba. Hello. Yes. I've heard it's trash, but I haven't seen it. I blame you, Neuro. I'm playing Parcel Simulator. How did you beat the game? Nice. I mean, I'm streaming it right now. I've started and stopped it a couple of times. In my private save. Backlog, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Also, I started doing what you were doing. At the start of the day, just unload the trucks.